But now in a territory where I think the average income is around 22 to $24,000 a year, they have now employed a new fleet of people with gig work and enabled them and empowered them to supplement their income with additional revenue, right? And they've transformed the landscape of their communities. And so what I say is that if, we don't necessarily have to chase unicorns here. We don't need to necessarily create the next Google or the next Facebook. But if we can create small localized businesses and create, let's say, 10,000 more of those around Black communities around the country, what would that look like for us, right? How would that improve our quality of life as entrepreneurs, right? And now that we're scaling our business, making more money, how would that improve the community if we're employing people in our community, right? As opposed to depending on the corporate plantation, right? What would that look like as far as just improving, just the livelihoods and how people impact and navigate their communities? Like for how many years have these islands not been able to get food from a restaurant? Right?
Mhm.
It's such a simple
Mhm.
thing that we don't think about here stateside, right? But in the Caribbean, this is a huge issue, right? People aren't able to just order food and get it delivered to their homes. And so solving for simple problems like this and leveraging tech and AI to do that a lot faster now, like reducing those costs by 80% by just figuring out how to tinker with these platforms long enough to monetize them, maximize them, and build the products that you want, you can change your life and change the dynamic of your community. And I want to see more stories like that in our communities.
I love that, and I think that that's really powerful stuff. Um, because to me, Micah, it does seem to me that we're kind of in this interesting new world that is gonna be like a weird place, and I think about where you are is in the and you and I we've known each other for years, but I didn't know you were so interested in the creative side of music. And when you told me that you kind of had your formula for making music addictive, it reminded me of the rapper 50 Cent. He said that he did that 25 years ago, where he studied something that they did at the University of Pennsylvania that showed exactly how to make a song like a hit. So that's why his songs have a certain like cadence and sound to them because it was science, right? And so yeah, so your people here, you find me in the club, bottle full of but right, people just automatically have a reaction. Or like when Juvenile song comes out, back that ass up, like people instantly hear it and they respond. Like there's science behind all this, right? Which is beautiful. That's what makes music really interesting. But I am curious about some of my artist friends, who live in LA, and I know you're participating in Black LA Tech Week, coming up, and some of them aren't really happy at all with AI. Uh, my daughter, who's an artist, herself, dancer, singer, actress, all those things. She just says, "I don't want to use AI," and I had to have a long conversation about like, no, 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 like don't make yourself an old lady at the age of 15. You know, what do you think? What does AI mean in terms of just art and creativity in general, intellectual property, just all these things? I mean, they got court battles going on, and it seems like there's just going to be an endless number of these. I think Sora comes out, they start using Disney characters and all these little videos, and Disney's pissed because that's billions of dollars worth of intellectual property. How's that going to sort itself out? I just it's going to be crazy, right?
It is. Since I'm in LA, California is being very aggressive about AI laws right now, right? And trying to, I guess, take the lead on that as far as like protecting people's images, their intellectual property, and I also get asked that question a lot too.